Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday to everyone. And for my fellow countrymen, bonjour. I am so sorry I'm late. I was supposed to go live at 11:05, but I didn't have a chance to do that. I didn't want to cancel. I'm a woman of my words. I'm late. But I'm here. This week has been a rough week for my country, and I believe for every patient around the world. We have suffered a great loss. Our country has been once again humiliated. So for my country's president, before I start, I want to take a minute of silence. So I will start at 11:25. From the country that showed people how to be free, this should not have happened. And I truly hope that this is an eye-opener for us to understand and unite ourselves to understand what happened and to remember, to always remember our history and move forward. Thank you for observing this with me, and I truly wish and I thank you in advance for your time. And I would appreciate if you subscribe and like if this is something that resonates with you. Our topic for today is On Your Joy. This is an oasis, the space that has been created. It's an oasis. And we are going to speak about our joy. How do we own our joy, no matter what, regardless of what's happening in the world? How do we own our joy? When things that are happening are beyond our human comprehension, how do we own our joy? So I'll start by giving thanks to our Creator, the Spirit of God that lives in us, that animates us, that allows us to love one another, to think, to be kind towards our fellow man. Gratitude is a great thing to help us in owning our joy. We are, from the time we wake up, we are breathing, we are walking on our own, while there are some that are not, that cannot do it. So we need to give thanks for that. So it's a good practice, and I think that everyone should give thanks on a daily basis for the smallest things that we take for granted. For example, sharing my Sunday's gratitude journal with you. I'm grateful for a new day. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for everything that's positive and even the negative, because from the negative we learn, we grow. The death of a loved one, that's a negative for us. However, we can grow from that by remembering that loved one's memory, and thanking God for allowing us to cross paths with that loved one, because their memories will help us move on. while we are grieving. I'm grateful for love. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for the abundance that surrounds me. I'm confident about the future no matter what, because we need to learn how to not to allow external forces to affect our joy. Again, I'm going back to the subject of the day, owning your joy. I'm going to share some words. I'm not going to go through my entire gratitude journal because it would take the entire day. But at this time, I'm going to share some words, and I'm using a printout, okay? Just being transparent here. I'm using a printout because I want to make sure that I go over everything I wanted to, because the mind is not here. This week has been a traumatizing week. And again, I'm doing my best to do this because that's what I promised I would do. I'm doing this live. So the words that can help us own our joy: happiness, self-love, which is very important. No one can love you more than you love yourself. And in order for you to love others, you need to love you. Very important. Self-love. Smile, peace. And I'm going over these words, and I would love to hear your comments about them. How do you feel about those words? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I would love to know. This next word, let me start over because I don't want to keep talking while I'm saying the words. Because at the end, I would like for you guys to share your opinions about these words. And I don't want to say I want to make a game out of this, but the ones that resonate better, I would like to give some prizes at the end or throughout the week before our next live, which is next Sunday. So here we go. Words that can help us own our joy: happiness, self-love, smile, peace, letting go, which in French we say lâcher prise, letting go, contentment, inspirational, fun, love, inner joy, inner peace, quiet, spirituality, calm, beach, the ocean, laughter, outing, travel, food, childlike, hobby, game, play, music, movies, comedy, romance, prayer, meditate, which is the verb for meditation, communication with your higher self or the creator in you, because the creator is in each and every one of us, not out there, but in every one of us, in each and every one of us. The spirit of the creator is in us. Gratitude, which is what I started the day with. Gratefulness, favorite things to do. So here you would have to think of what are the favorite things you enjoy doing that brings you joy. For others, I would say dating. And for others, I would say the nightlife. And I'm going back to gratitude, grateful. So all these words are words that will help us ensuring that we own our joy no matter what. Self-love. So many do not love themselves and they look for love everywhere else, but within. You need to start there because when you love yourself, nothing someone else says matters. Your opinion matters because at the end of the day, you know yourself better than anybody else. So you should not let someone else's opinion shatter your joy. So you need to own your joy. For those who are just hearing me, who didn't hear my live last Sunday, although this live is for any adult, but it's focused more on those who are either in their midlife stage, or approaching it. Um, because based on recent experiences, I find that when we enter that stage, we are in a state of shock, in a state of disbelief, in a state of denial. That's the word I wanted, denial. And we need to embrace it instead of pushing it away, camouflaging it. And for example, I'm looking at my beautiful silver hair that are coming because I'm entering that stage, or I think I'm in it, or almost. I'm learning how to embrace it, and I would love my fellow men and women to do so too. Instead of saying, oh my gosh, I'm not ready for grays, I'm not ready for a wrinkle, or I'm not ready for this and that comes with the midlife stage, I think it would be best to embrace it and look at the positives. What are the positives? Hey, you are blessed to be here to see grays because some of us were not lucky enough to see their grays or silver hair. So it's a blessing. Count the blessings. When we count our blessings, we will see that they are many and they overcompensate for those that we think are negative. I'm going to let that sink in for a minute. Meanwhile, I would appreciate your comments and I thank you in advance for them. I said I wasn't going to go through the rest of my gratitude journal for today, Sunday, July 11th, 2021. And for those who are just joining, this is about owning your joy. How do you own your joy? Regardless what's going on in your life or in the world, how do you own your joy? Oh, I wanted to share it's always good to have inspirational gadgets around you. Those help also. I wanted to show you one of my inspirational gadgets. I don't know if you can see. No, let's see. Is it better this way? It says rise and shine. So to me, when I'm making coffee or tea in the morning, and I don't know if you can see in the background, this is also an inspirational piece. In the morning, it's recommended that you listen to calm music and also inspirational music that brings peace, that helps you or is or accommodates you in meditating. Or even if you don't meditate, just focus on your breathing and connect with your inner self. And just for a minute, realize that you are breathing on your own. That's major. And you count these blessings or gifts because they are gifts daily. They are deposited in your daily bank. And that alone should help you on your joy. While so many are incapable of breathing on their own, they are hooked up to machines, and you are breathing by yourself. You don't even realize it, and we tend to take it for granted. We do. Okay. So going back, I've highlighted some of these words. I'm not advertising for anybody, so let me turn this. Sorry. I smile for one reason, and I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking, is this really me speaking to you guys? I was and I'm still a very shy person, but it's funny that when you're passionate about something, the shyness goes away. It goes away when you focus on the matter at hand. So I'm going back to those words that I've highlighted. The first one was self love, and those are the words that I read at the beginning. If the reason why it's important for you to love yourself, when when someone, let's say something that's offensive to you or to something that you hold dear, you need to be able to look at that person and in your whether it's with all respect, in a respectful manner, just smile because you know better. You love yourself. And I'll share for myself. I had a few encounters where someone would say something that is offensive, whether to my person or to my country or to something to a belief that I have. First, the first reaction would be, ooh, shock. The second one would be, wow, they really took that, they really did say that to me. But in a nice way, I will, in a blunt and nice way, I will let you know that not only you are ignorant for making that comment, but I will set you straight. Mhm. And it's funny. I've come across so many people that I've thought were intelligent that have proven me wrong, which gives me more fuel to own my joy. I will always own my joy, and I truly wish that everyone would get there. Own your joy. Don't look for it outside. Don't look for it elsewhere. Own it first because that's the only way you're going to be able to move forward and avoid things such as, or when I shouldn't say things, but you should own your joy in order to avoid conditions such as depression, loneliness, um, to just say those two, because those are the two main ones that are plaguing most people. I guess when I hear people say they are lonely, and I'm like, ooh, how? How can one be lonely? So I think it's because we go outward instead of going inward. Because if you go inward, you are a multiverse, and I didn't say universe. You have a multiverse within you. How can you be lonely? I know many will not agree with me. I guess I would not have agreed with myself if I was the younger me. But the way I am now, with everything I've learned along my journey, I can say, and I can say based on my experiences, that we are more than we think we are. We are more than we know. And I encourage you, each and every one of you, to think about this and go within. Go within. And by going within, I mean just sit in a calm place and meditate. Think of not okay. Let's not say meditate because I don't want to rush things. I don't want to say something that does not resonate with everyone. Because personally, there was a point in my life I didn't even know what meditation was, let alone practice it. And to this day, meditation for me, by myself, would be sitting in a calm space and thinking, focusing on my breathing while I'm listening to some calm music like you hear in the background. That's meditation for me. But I'm learning about me, I'm learning about so many things, and that I'm so passionate about sharing. Um, I don't, if this is the first time you're hearing this, you're hearing me, the purpose of this page, this oasis, this peaceful corner or inspirational corner was created to ensure that everyone entering midlife or already in the midlife stage or beyond lives life fully. I repeat, this page was created to ensure that everyone in the midlife stage or beyond enjoys their life fully on a daily basis. I'm here to serve. This is a calling for me, so I'm very passionate about that. And I look forward to your comments. I look forward to your suggestions because I don't know it all. I'm here to learn, just like I'm here to share my knowledge, and I'm here to serve. So I'm at your service. Maybe in the days to come, I will explain the reason for this goal of mine, this passion of mine, this willingness to give back. And I truly hope, I look forward to learning from all of you. This page is open. The first live that I've done, I did it in 2 different languages. And I want to make sure I'm understood. So I think I'm going to do 2 lives per day, every Sunday. One in English because I'm living in America, and the audience is very diverse. And I'll do one later in my native language, which is Haitian Creole, because I'm from Haiti. I am a very, very proud Haitian. When people say, "How Haitian are you?" I will say 150%. Hey, I'll go to 200%. Well, at this point, I will leave the rest of the hour for questions, if there are any. And before I do that, I really would like to hear your thoughts about those words. To me, so they are so positive, and I would truly believe in positivity, no matter what. Because in in every situation, there is some positivity. The outcome will always have positivity in it. Even if you don't see it, look for it. I'm going back to the words that I've highlighted. The first one that I've already talked about, I'm not going to go there no more. But the second one is, in English, you would say letting go. In French, lâcher prise. I'm not going to speak French because I don't think there's a need for it, because most of those that I know who speak French, they also speak Creole, they understand Creole. So I will make lives in French if there is a larger audience who only speak French or only speaks French, sorry. but for now I will keep it to English. And at the end, I will say a few words to my fellow patients in Creole. I'm not going to do two lives. That's not going to be necessary because my countrymen speaks different languages. Um, so letting go is the second word that I've highlighted, or terms. It's not a word; it's a two um, part word. Pretty much, what is letting go? What is lâcher prise? That's a word I learned recently during a spiritual voyage. Hmm, a first for me that I'm still thinking about. That was last year, last September. And I'm being very transparent. Um, as not too many will understand what I just said. A spiritual voyage is not something that is spoken in my culture, I would say. But I chose to go through that experience because I was going through I recently lost my father, and it was and is still a very difficult time. So I had to go through that process to understand certain things. And out of these things that I had to learn, forgiveness was one of them. I think I learned how to forgive. Not that I forget, but I learned how to forgive. That was very important for me. And I learned how to let go. Let go pretty much can be in different contexts. Letting go meaning not to force things. That can be in a relationship, whatever relationship, learning how to let go. Do not force yourself upon another. Um, do not fight things. Let it go. Pretend you are a river and let things flow. Letting go, another big piece of owning your joy. uh, Inner joy. In order for you to own your joy, you have to have it within because everything starts from within. Everything. Because the Spirit of God, whether you call it God because it's a spirit, whether you give it any name depending on your culture, the Spirit of your Creator lives within you and allows you to be. So I personally choose to see everyone from that point. In order for me to respect you, in order for me to be kind, in order for me to love you. And by saying that, I learned recently that you can love someone without ever meeting them. That was very strange for me. And that's proof that the Spirit of God that is in us, that is love, allows us to love others. Can you imagine you can be kind to someone that you've never met in a different country and you care for that person as if it was part of your family? For me, that is proof that God lives in us, in each one of us. And our mission is to love one another, regardless of everything, regardless of difference of opinion, difference of belief, difference of country of origin, uh, regardless of our differences. The Spirit of God that animates us asks from us to love one another, to be kind to one another, because whatever you do to others, you are creating your karma. It will be done unto you. I don't want to get away from what the subject of the day. So when you are kind to another fellow man, it is rewarding. It is rewarding, and it allows you to be joyful internally. So it's nice to be kind to one another. Inner peace. You have to own that in order for you to own your joy. Because if you're not at peace inwardly, it will show in your physical demeanor, and you are not going to own your joy. So you need to have inner peace. And by that, I would share, I believe, let's say, I would say it's very important to create sometimes during the day, during your day, preferably in the morning or midday, and again at night, to reflect. And by reflecting, I mean stay in a calm area, listen to some calm music to help you if you need help to create some form of calm around you, and focus. Focus on your breathing. You're breathing in and out. You are not doing it with your physical self, but you are doing it with the help of your creator within you, because the Spirit of God in you controls, dictates when you breathe from your first breath until your last. This is something I learned recently too. Because when it's time for you to take your last breath, it's like turning the switch off. I never knew that. I wish somebody told me. But with most things, you have to learn it by yourself. You came here on a journey, you chose to come here, and it's very important not to miss it. Because if you miss it, it's just like starting all over. When you go to school and you miss a class, you fail a class, you have to start it all over. It's a wheel and it's continuous. Believe it or not, believe it if you want to. Read about it. Don't take my word for it. Because knowing me, I don't take no one's word for it. I like to do my own research. Uh, I like my printout. It helps me to stay on task. I don't want to go elsewhere. I feel like if I say a word that I'm passionate about, um, I may go off the subject. I don't want to do that. So we are owning our joy. Today, it's Sunday, the beginning of a new week. After a very hard week, so we're looking forward. We're looking forward with hope, with joy, no matter what, and with love. Love for one another, love for humankind, and the others that we may not be aware of that are in our midst. And I'm going to end this live in 4 minutes. I thank my creator for allowing me to do this. This is major for me. I may be sitting here peacefully, but I'm very happy that I was able to do this. I look forward to growing with you. I look forward to learning from you. And I look forward to reading your messages. I haven't even checked if there were any messages from last Sunday. I didn't have a chance to, and I'm being transparent. I didn't. This week was rough. Felt like was it Tuesday? I felt like I woke up in a movie, seeing, and I'm not gonna say much about that. This is not the time for it. I'm holding myself. I'm being kind, understanding. Um, I'm going to repeat the subject of the day is on your joy. If you missed this live, please take a minute to listen to it. If it resonates with you, give it a thumbs up. If it doesn't, you can give a thumbs down and let me know why, because positive criticism is welcomed. And I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited about this, and I thank my creator for allowing me to do this. And I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. I'm here to learn from you. Please feel free to share. And I'm calling upon those who are elderly and still use a computer to feel free to reach out. If you don't, I'll gladly create another space that is more comfortable for you. Please reach out. If I have to share my phone number or my email, my personal email, I'll gladly do that. But leave me a little message or something. If you are watching this and you have a parent who is in their midlife stage or beyond, please feel free to reach out or share this with them if it will be something of that can help. Because like I said, I just went through a very terrible time last year with my dad. And in his honor, I want to, and the honor of everyone who has passed on, has moved on, I want to give back to that age group. It's 12. So I'm going to say goodbye. Et au revoir to my fellow men. Et à la prochaine. Passez un bon dimanche sous protection grand maître là. Il y a tout pouvoir. And to the English speakers, goodbye. See you next Sunday. May you spend a Sunday, a blissful Sunday, under the protection of our Creator. See you on Sunday. Bye-bye.